Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before I get started, I wanted to ask unanimous consent. I have 4 letters from Port Arthur, Texas, which, as you know, is West Louisiana. And Mr. Cormier, Senator, you bet. And they're from the Chamber of Commerce, the county judge, from the president of Lamar College, and also from Port Arthur Chamber of Commerce, Lamar State College, Mayor of Port Arthur, and from the county judge. So enter them into the record.
Without objection to order.
Thank you. Mr. Cormier, I'm going to come to you. I'm a little put out with you. You offered to give somebody boudin and crawfish etouffee, but you didn't say nothing about gumbo.
You wanted chicken and sausage or shrimp and crab?
Well, both, all 3 of them. Well, my bride of 47 years grew up in a little town called Nederland over there by Beaumont. So we watch Southeast Texas, or Southwest Louisiana, if you will. You said if one of us sneezes, the other catches cold. We appreciate what y'all are doing. Port Arthur has been the victim of a blight. And so what's happening with Sempra Energy and others, not just Sempra, but others in Port Arthur, Texas, Southeast Texas, as we call it, is actually helping with the community, helping rebuild the community, that city. You know, I've got the 4 coastal counties of Texas, starting at Louisiana border, going down the down the curve of Texas. We have 7 ports, more than any other member of Congress. Some have 4. We produce 65% of the nation's jet fuel, 80% of the nation's military-grade fuel. Energy for us is a big, big deal. I'm going to segue over to you real quick, Ms. Giannetti, if I can. If, in fact, the LNG is capable of helping to lower greenhouse gas emissions in the world, that would be a good thing. Yes or no, it would be a good thing if it does it.
One of the reasons why we need to properly reassess our tools is to be able to evaluate the impact of LNG.
Either LNG does a good job of reducing, versus when you're talking about coal, you're talking about oil, you're talking about other things. LNG helps reduce greenhouse gas emissions. I got to move on. I'm short of time. Back to you, Mr. Cormier. Can you elaborate on the jobs from your vantage point, both direct and indirect, the tax revenues, and all that these LNG export? And by the way, I didn't say we have 2 LNG plants in our district. We have Freeport LNG, and we have we have Golden Pass LNG, Sempra on the boards. And as you know, Cheniere is right across the road from Sabine Neches Waterway. And Sabine Neches Navigation District has a contract to export their LNG out. So we in Texas are responsible for a lot of that. Tell us about both direct and indirect impact on jobs, the tax revenues, and all that these LNG export facilities bring home. Tell us about that.
This is directly from McNeese State University's H.C. Drew Center for Economic Development. In terms of completed and operating LNG facilities, construction resulted in impacts of almost 17,000 jobs, over $1.2 billion in labor income, almost $1.5 billion in real GDP. Operations resulted in annual impacts of over 3,000 jobs, almost $350 million in labor income, and over $1 billion in real GDP. In terms of the announced LNG facilities, construction will result in impacts of over 25,000 jobs, almost $2 billion in labor income, over $2 billion in real GDP, and operations would result in almost 4,000 jobs, almost $440 million in labor income, and over $1.3 billion in real GDP.
This is not good. You need to be aware of these adjustments. New data has revealed that many seniors and retirees are seeing a spike in costs for Medicare. Many are now having to drop their Medicare coverage. But some state lawmakers are working together to establish new relief programs. My dearest friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video for everything that you need to know. Also, every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. All you have to do, dear friends, is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. According to Newsweek, seniors are feeling a hard financial hit as prices for Medicare insurance supplements climbed in January. The producer price index for these premiums was at 170 points in January. That is up from 167 points in December. All throughout 2023, Medicare insurance supplements stayed roughly the same. hovering between 166 and 167. Seniors sometimes pay for Medicare premiums for Part A, B, C, or D coverage, with a specific amount varying based on age, health, income, and Social Security benefits. The price uptick in January largely came down to growing healthcare costs, from medical services and treatments to prescription price surges, which all affect insurers' premiums. Newsweek has said that in a typical year, Medicare insurance supplements can rise a few percentage points, but current inflation can make these price changes more difficult for the average senior to sustain. The sheer number of seniors entering into Medicare plans can also contribute to these higher costs. Experts say that as the population ages and the number of seniors enrolled in Medicare increases, the demand for Medigap plans also rises. So when changes in your health status pop up, that could also see premiums shift at a larger scale to be more expensive. But no matter the exact reason for seniors' growing Medicare supplement costs, those on fixed incomes will feel it the most, with many likely to be forced between choosing to pay for health care or other essentials like groceries or housing. Rising premiums might result in some seniors reconsidering or dropping their Medigap coverage, potentially limiting their access to certain healthcare services or increasing out-of-pocket expenses. According to Newsweek, if seniors do end up deciding to go without, many could end up without essential, life-saving treatment in the long run. As more baby boomers retire, the aging population has become increasingly critical of Medicare insurance options, including Medicare Advantage, which often boasts lower premiums but hidden difficulties in finding your top choice care provider or treatment approval. Approximately 4.1 million Americans will turn 65 this year, and every year through 2027. An Alliance for Lifetime Income report found that approximately 4.1 million Americans will turn 65 this year, and every year through 2027, which indicates even more seniors starting Medicare coverage. Traditionally, the cost of your medical policy will depend on which one you purchased initially, with some increasing in price based on the age you are, and others determined by the age you were when the policy was issued. Currently, Harris County, Texas, has a guaranteed income program that will provide certain low-income households a $500 monthly stipend in hopes of providing a financial cushion that can help close the wealth gap. The program is called Uplift Harris, which is being funded through $20.5 million from the Federal American Rescue Plan Act. It will run for 18 months and provide the stipends to more than 1,900 randomly selected households that live below 200% of the federal poverty line. For example, an individual below that threshold would make under $29,160 a year. A family of four would be under $60,000 a year. The initiative will be overseen by the county health department and has been championed by Precinct 1 Commissioner Rodney Ellis, who called it an opportunity to help alleviate some of the generational poverty that has existed for so long. Harris County is joining nearly 60 cities and counties across the nation, including Baltimore, Austin, and Denver, that have launched similar programs. According to Mayors for a Guaranteed Income, a network of leaders who advocate for such initiatives, the majority of the programs are mayor-led, but at least 8 are county-based. Dear friends, what are your thoughts about guaranteed income programs? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments section below. Thank you very much for being part of this community. The winners of today's Walmart gift card giveaway is Tammy Johnson and Christina Beers. Congratulations, my dearest friends. To claim your gift cards, please check your notifications page and send me a message. Or, dear friends, you can message me on my Facebook page. Thank you, and have a wonderful and very blessed Friday.